everyone, welcome to RJ Food Travel, and now we're going to tell you how to bake our signature Japanese cheesecake. Please subscribe to our channel if you like what you see. Featured Japanese cheesecake. Now, first for starters, we need some flour, some sugar, milk, some cornstarch, vanilla, a hand mixer, lots of eggs, and a lot of different bowls, in addition to some butter and some cream cheese.
How many eggs?
We're gonna do about 6 yolks and 8 whites. Pan. I use a springform pan, and you're gonna have to line it with some parchment paper, which we'll get to later. And to hold the springform pan, you're gonna need some kind of a container that you can fill with some hot water and a bunch of paper towels to cover it for the hot water. All right, for this step, we're gonna add the cream cheese, butter, and the milk together. So first, what I like to do, get the pot on like a medium heat. Not too hot, you don't want this boiling. You want it to be nice and smooth. So then what I'll do is open up the butter. You need about 7 tablespoons. So you can cut a little bit off the front and take the rest. I'll pour that butter in there. Then pop in the cream cheese. You need about 4 tablespoons. About half the pack. But if you want a little extra, more cream cheese taste, more the better. Half cup of milk. And then once this all melts, just mix nice and easy until this all melts. Smooth. And that's how you want to melt it down until you get a little thickness. If it's too thin, it's not good. A little thickness is going to help. Once it's done and it's nice and smooth, as you can see, then we're going to do is let it cool down for a little bit. Just because we don't want a hot mixture going into the egg yolks to cook the egg yolks by mistake. So just stir it a little bit. Right now we're gonna be separating egg yolks and egg whites. So I got 2 bowls right here. This is where my whites are gonna go, and this is where my yolks are gonna go. Let's open up the egg. Right in the center of my yolk separator. And look at that. If you do a lot of cooking, I suggest you invest in one of these. Really good. White in. Yolk in. That's 1.
Cheesecake.
What I did was there's 8 egg whites in here, and we got 6 egg yolks in here. And what I like to do with the remainder is put them in an extra container so you have them for quarter cup of flour, quarter cup of cornstarch. So that's about 125 milliliter conversion, about 60. So you got 15, 30, 45, and 60. So that's about 4 tablespoons each. So right now we have a quarter cup of flour and a quarter cup of cornstarch. And what I like to do is mix it around. That way you get an even distribution of the cornstarch and the flour. So it becomes like cake flour. And right after this, we're gonna tend to our egg yolks and combine this into these egg yolks. So after you beat up your egg yolks, then you're gonna take your milk mixture and slowly drizzle it in. And with the other hand, mix. So right now we're gonna take our flour, cornstarch mixture, put it in the sieve, and then just sieve it in. Because you want it nice and soft. And once you're done sifting, combine it all together. Once you beat with your egg yolks, you slowly dripped in your milk mixture. Just slowly drizzle it in, because if it's still pretty hot, you don't want this to cook. You just want to make it nice and easy. Once it's all thoroughly combined, line and fold in the flour. Now it's all combined, we're going to move on to our egg whites. A little optional treat, I like to put a little bit of vanilla extract. Because who doesn't like a little vanilla in their cakes? After we have nicely combined our egg yolks, we're then going to move on to the next step, which is to set up. We have I like to use these tin containers here. Use 2 layers, double ply, or put 2 sheets of paper. And the next one over here would be the springform pan. And we're going to put this parchment paper on that was custom cut. And at the bottom, we're going to put some tin foil, 3 layers of tin foil. That way the water doesn't seep into it, which we'll get to later. About the parchment paper, this is how we cut it. We use 2 pieces like this that's taller than the container, because the cake is going to rise, and that way it can get a good rise out of it. And 2 is a circle, so that way it perfectly fits the bottom, and then the cake is a nice place to rest without the mixture getting into this and exploding everywhere. So what we did before we're going to put our foil on is we greased the pan, so that way we can get the parchment paper to stick to this. So before we put the parchment paper on, we're going to add some tin foil. So what we've done, we take 3 different layers of tin foil. And you layer it right around here. That way you avoid any leakage from any water that's going to come through here. Okay, now that we've gotten this all set up, we're going to place our parchment paper. Make sure it sticks, and make sure you get all the crevices in there.
See, this has to be a little higher so it rises.
Yes. The parchment paper is on, and our next step will be to do the meringue. So right now we're going to combine the meringue, which is the very important part. So we got to make sure that we get nice stiff peaks with this. So to accomplish this, we're going to use our hand mixer, and we're going to add some sugar. So we're going to use 2 of these. So this is 1/3 of a cup. So you're going to need a total of 2/3 cup into 8 egg whites. So mixer on high. So once you start getting the soft peaks is when we're going to start adding the sugar. So what I like to do also is a little lemon juice to help thicken it up. It's going to act like an acid agent to help make it stick, along with the sugar. Soft peaks, as you can see, we're going to start adding the sugar. Nice and slowly. Just so you know, be very patient with this, because that's a lot of things. A lot of people will just give up. So just keep on going. It's going to be a very long process, because we do have quite a bit of eggs. So just let it do its job. You're getting this nice and soft peaks again. Just keep adding the next batch of sugar. Combine. Your big test is when you have to do the bowl test. So the way you know it's ready, I like to get a second bowl, or else it's going to go all over the table. 1, 2, 3. Now, just like this, it's perfect. All out, and it's perfect. So right now I'm going to take this egg yolk mixture and combine it into this mixing bowl. With these egg yolk mixtures, we're going to grab some of these whites in here and fold them in. So just a little bit at a time. Look at how luscious. And slowly fold them in. Looks like marshmallows. Nice and easy. Right at this point, we're going to preheat the oven to 375. and that way it's ready when the mixture is combined. Right now we're combining our egg whites and egg yolk mixtures. So as you can see, the batter is a little whiter than before, so that's okay. Just get it nice and combined so you get all those flavors. Then we're going to combine our last bit of this meringue mixture. And once we're done with this, we're going to move on to putting it in the container. We're going to pour it into our mold and our container here. If you see a little liquidy, that's fine, don't worry. I like to get some air bubbles out. What's this? And then we're going to get our hot water, so we give it a little bath underneath and then into the oven. So right now we're going to put about 1 inch of water in here, so get nice and hot water from the kettle. Just I like to do all 4 sides, that way you get even distribution. We're going to bring the cake into the oven. It's at 325. Put it on this middle rack right here, so you have enough room for it to rise. And we're going to do it 25 minutes at 325. Then we're going to drop it to 285 after 25 minutes for another 55 minutes.